Hello and welcome to Programs and Me YouTube channel. Now we are familiar with if statement, else block and elif block and its syntax. Today let's learn few more things about these control flow statements. First point is, if statement can be nested. We can use one if statement inside another. Like this. Here we'll ask the user to enter an integer number, and here first we'll check whether x, the entered number, is greater than or equal to 0. If it is true, then we'll execute its body. Here we can see another if statement. So this is called as nested if. We are using an if statement inside another if statement. Here, if this condition is true, then only it will execute this condition. If this condition is false, Python will ignore this condition. For example, here you can see, if I enter 0, here when we enter 0, first this condition becomes true. Then only it will check this condition. So we'll get this output. You can use nested if statements when you want to check multiple conditions and one condition is dependent on another. Next point is, you can't write else block or elif block without if statement. In the if statement or if else statement or if elif else statement, if is must. Elif and else is optional. For example, here you can't write like this. If I save this and execute this, we'll get error, invalid syntax. You can't write elif block or else block without if. If is must, followed by you can use elif block or else block. Next point, when we use if-elif-else conditional statement or if-else conditional statement, only one block will execute. We need to remember that. Here, if this condition is true, this will execute and this is ignored. If this condition is false, this will execute. Python will ignore this, right? Only one block will execute in the if-else conditional statement or in the if-elif-else conditional statement. And the next point is, sometimes you can get same result by using nested if statements and elif block with the if statements, but both are not same. They work differently. For example, we can write this program using nested if statement. Also, we can write it using elif block, if-elif conditional statement. That is like this. Like this. We'll get same result. But working of both is different. Here, first this condition will be checked. If this condition is true, it will execute this and stop. And Python will ignore rest conditions. If this condition is false, then only it will check next condition. Okay? And next, Python uses indentation to define blocks of code. If blocks are not indented properly, it will raise errors. If I place this here, unindent does not match any outer indentation level. So, indentation matters here. So, be careful about that. Next, we can use an if statement inside an else block. That is, inside this if statement, here I can take another if condition. For example, if like this. Or you can take else block for this also. If I enter -5. So you can write if condition inside the else block. Both these conditions are false, then control will come to else block. Python will execute else block. Inside this, it will check this if condition. If this condition is true, it will print that. Otherwise, do nothing. Next, you cannot use two else block for single if, but you can write multiple elif. For an if statement, you can't write multiple else. Here you can't use another else here. Like this. It won't work. Invalid syntax. But here you can use multiple elif. After this, you can take another condition. Elif. And you can write the condition. Okay. Multiple elifs are allowed. Multiple else is not. Remember that. Next point. The condition in an if statement can be anything like expression or value. Any expression or value can be used as a condition in if statement, but Python will evaluate it as either true or false internally using its truthy or falsy value. Here, you can take any value or expression as condition. Just for an example like this, you can take x as our condition. What Python will do is, internally it will evaluate this as true or false based on its truthy or falsy value. Here x value is 0, it is a falsy value, so it is evaluated as false, so we'll get this output, right? So you can use any expression or value as condition in Python, but don't use assignment operation as the condition. For example, this is wrong. Okay, don't get confused with the comparison operator and assignment operator. Next point, don't write a condition with else block. For example, you're writing a condition like this. This is not allowed. You can't write a condition with else block. While using else block, you should use else colon, that's it. Else is unconditional. If you want to write the condition, use elif. And also, elif must have a condition. Here, you can't write like this. This is not allowed. When you write elif, you need to include a condition here. If you are writing else, don't include a condition. Don't write a condition with else. Okay, so these are the few things we need to remember while using if statements, if-else statement, and if-elif-else conditional statements. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will meet you in next class. Till then, take care.